r/askreddit. What's some juicy gossip you just found out in your personal lives?
My uncle told my parents that he needed money because he borrowed from the Chinese mafia, and they were threatening to kill him and his family or something. My parents sent him some money, and then 2 weeks later he posted a pic with a new car. Edit. My uncle said the money he borrowed was to pay off his house. Edit 2. He did not actually borrow from the Chinese mafia. He didn't even get a new house. More clarification. We are Chinese Malaysian. Most of our family lives in Malaysia while we live in the US. People usually ask us for money. BC and my parents started a good business here.
My barber got 2 different girls pregnant, neither of whom are his girlfriend. Prices have went up a little bit, but the phone calls I overhear are worth it, lol. Wow, thanks for the gold and silver, kind strangers. I feel like I finally made it in life now.
Maybe he set the whole story up so he could hike up the price for people who want a slice of the gossip.
Some girl in our year at school posted on Facebook the other day how her boyfriend had supposedly cheated on her. They had a full-blown argument in the comments just on Facebook for everyone to see. Yesterday, she posted a picture of some keys tagging her boyfriend in it, saying, "Just bought our first house together."
We got a new boss like a year ago at work, and we've been hating it. People are getting written up for petty crap and suspended and losing their bonuses. I'm a good employee, but this stuff finally caught up to me too, and I got written up for getting injured at work. Long story. I don't play, so where it said employee comments on the write-up, I said a C attached and typed out a 3-page defense talking about how I thought it was unfair, and how I thought it was unfair, and how I thought people had been getting treated unfairly for a year now. The next day I got called into a meeting by my boss, and his boss, and his boss, and an air rep so they could grill me about it. By the end of the meeting we had all figured out that it was actually the R rep who had been screwing with people for a year now, and the anger shifted completely away from me and onto her. I went around and told everybody about it. We're going to make this bitch pay.
How did you guys figure out it was the R rep?
I just found out that one of my work colleagues, who just returned from a 2-week expensive holiday with his wife in Iceland, has just found out his wife has run up about 50,000 debt on numerous credit cards.
That's a large amount. What did she spend it on?
One of the girls in our group of friends has never really gotten over her ex that left her 3 years ago. She will often bring him up when drunk, and it has really hampered her dating life. He lives thousands of miles away, and today he posted a picture of him sitting with an attractive dude getting coffee. They are holding hands and their legs are touching. We were all sitting around the TV, hanging out, when she saw the picture. Shell shock is the best description for her face.
I was told that my great-grandfather kept the family farm in business by blatant and repeated acts of insurance fraud.
I know a guy who got his friend to marry him so he can get a green card, except his friend was already in a relationship. Not only did my friend get married, he also inherited a boyfriend, in law. Now the 3 of them live in the same house.
My soon-to-be ex-wife and I separated in August 2018. She decided to end the marriage because she concluded that I would never trust her after she had an affair for more than half of our 15-year marriage. We tried to reconcile for 2 years, during which time she repeatedly told me that she had changed and that she'd never lie to me again. But I kept catching her in lie after lie. Now she is seriously dating a guy since at least December, and she's cheating on him with another guy. Remember, folks, she has changed.
Gotta remember, if they cheat with you, they'll cheat on you.
My cousin has been together with his wife for 14 years and has had a girlfriend for just as long. Neither of them knew about the other. He got caught because of an image on Facebook. His wife's sister posted a family picture which my cousin was in and got recognized by his girlfriend's sister's acquaintance. He got away with that for 14 years.
My neighbor's cousin broke into her house and stole 37 guns. Also, I learned my neighbor owned at least 37 guns.
37? In a row? My wife's gay brother is having an affair with his husband's half-sister. The friend that told me also says the half-sister is desperate to get pregnant. This could get interesting. Edit. I'll cover off a few of the more common questions. Edit. I'll cover off a few of the more common questions. 1. No, my wife doesn't know yet. I will tell her soon. She's been insanely stressed at work finishing a project. I didn't want to burden her additionally. 2. Yeah, sounds like he is B. Rather than gay. IU 3. Should have said in the original post, he has no idea that she is trying to get pregnant.
Do you have a diagram or anything? This is rather complicated gossip. My coworker makes $10 an hour, works part-time, and pays for her live. Still married, boyfriend's rent and child support 'cause he's broke. She just found his bank receipt, showing $17 in his checking account.
Was this at least a wake-up call for her? Teacher is having an affair with a married security guard. They're not very careful about the flirting though, because most of the 6th graders have figured it out. Can't wait to see what happens. Edit. This is in Massachusetts for all those wondering. Sound like a very common situation. Edit #2. I'm a teacher, not a 6th grader. Edit #3. Wow. First silver. Thank you, kind stranger.
An ex-friend of mine from high school is now in the middle of the second divorce. Apparently it's because she cheated on her second husband with her now current boyfriend. This is the second time she's cheated on her husband, and I'm curious if she'll marry the current boyfriend and then cheat on him.
Karen from spin class has a new rice cooker. I prefer the Instant Pot myself for the multifunctionality, but good for her.
Commenting from my other account, a couple that we have been friends with for a few years now, both very normal people with vanilla jobs, took a trip overseas that was supposed to last a week. Not unusual for any of our group of friends. No one had heard from them for close to a month until we found out they'd been arrested on the other side of the effing earth trying to smuggle out close to $1 million for an international drug cartel out of the country they were visiting.
When we heard the news, we were just sitting there quietly in disbelief for about 5 minutes.
Fuck. What's going to happen to them?
One of my sister's friends from her sorority had a mental breakdown on her 2 roommates. Of all the crazy crap I overheard, the best part was when she got in her car and proceeded to ram into the back of one of the other friend's car over and over for almost 2 hours. Like the gut security camera footage of her ramming the car, backing up and doing it again for 2 whole effing hours. Amazing.
Just found out that my brother who divorced his ex-wife a year ago got married to a new woman in secret. I mean secret, as in that he hasn't told his own kids about it, 10 and 12 years old. He hasn't told us either, rest of the family. My mother just accidentally said it to all of us. So now we know, but are to pretend we don't know. None of us have met his new wife that we don't know is his wife, but still know is his wife.
Does your mother know why he would want to keep his marriage a secret?
My 2 friends just found out they have the same sugar daddy. They had both been under the impression that they were exclusive with him.
Man, to be rich enough to sugar daddy for 2 girls at once. Truly the American dream.
I have a coworker I'll call Jess, who always talks about her kids in detail and asks for favors because of her kids. i.e., picking up shifts, asking for rides, etc. One of our other coworkers' son goes to the same bar as said girl. She doesn't know who he is, and one night was spilling her guts about how she always takes advantage of her coworkers and that she doesn't even have kids. She doesn't know that we know. Edit. Thank you so much for all the comments, gold, and suggestions. I will definitely update everyone if anything interesting develops.
Apparently for years my parents have told my teachers I have a learning disability. I didn't know I had learning disability. I don't think I have a learning disability. I asked them why, and they said it takes about $1,500 off the cost of my university tuition from some government grant, so I guess I have a learning disability. Update. I asked my parents more questions about this, and I apparently got tested when I was young and have a legitimate learning disability diagnosis. My parents aren't committing fraud. They knew all along that I was diagnosed, and I just recently found out about it.
Manager is having threesomes with 2 servers.
Sometimes I shish into 2 servers at once.
Recently got my ancestry and results back and found out I have a half-sister of a different ethnicity as a product of my father's cheating ways.
I just found a half-sister too. It was from a one-night stand dog, and he had no idea she even existed. It's been a fun couple of weeks getting to know her. I'll cross my fingers that she is a wonderful person you'll want to get to know.
A friend found a photo of my younger brother in FetLife sucking a dick. So that's a thing. Haven't told anyone, but yeah, one editor. Changed it to younger so people stop thinking he's underage. Also, he posted the photo himself. He knows it's on there.
Bro, I was only sucking that D to make the other guy look gay.
Our pastor was having an affair with his cousin's wife. One day, while giving a sermon, the cousin storms into church, tackles the pastor, and starts to throw haymakers at him. The cousin's wife is trying to pull her husband off the pastor. The pastor's wife quickly figured out what was happening, ran up and clocked the wife from behind, knocking her out. People are trying to separate everyone. Total chaos.
My Sil is pregnant. Again, by the same guy she's been in a two-way abusive relationship with for the past 6 years. Despite constantly moving in and out of his house, filing restraining orders against each other, and accusing each other of cheating every day, they planned this one. Edit. Sil is my husband's sister. Sorry for the confusion. Also, Keps has been to their house. My mother-in-law takes the baby often, so she isn't in the house.
Wow, that poor child.
Some time ago, some girl jokingly said she wants her boyfriend to get her pregnant, or else he will leave her. Guess who's unexpectedly pregnant?
Best advice for these girls. Sex won't make him yours, and a baby won't make him stay.
We just found out a 16-year-old intern at my work is dealing drugs, including heroin.
College is expensive. Maybe he/she is saving up.
Well, my dog acts like she doesn't like our new cat, but I caught them playing last night, and as soon as she noticed me, she runs over to me pretending she wasn't playing. Scandal! I have no life. This was the peak of my weekend. Edit! Thanks for the silver. My first silver.
My hairdresser is leaving her husband and 5 kids to marry an Italian basketball player.
I live by a married man. Him and his family are very close to this lady we'll call Jess. They go on vacations with Jess, but in all photos she's near the husband, not the wife. There have been rumours that the husband is cheating on his wife with Jess. Just rumours though, right? Recently, Jess moved across the country. We thought that was the end of it. Nope. My dad helps people so they can get mortgages, and he just got a call from someone. The husband. They're moving with Jess across the country. Edit. A lot of people are questioning if it's polyamorous, and I get that it's possible, but I don't know for sure. They could be leaving this conservative neighborhood because that's the situation.
That sounds like they aren't cheating, but that the husband has 2 wives.
My ex-wife and I finalized our divorce last June. She's giving birth in a few weeks with the guy she was cheating on me with. If it was anyone else, I wouldn't care as much. But since it's this guy, it hurts. Oh, and she email invited me to buy them gifts off of their baby registry. So I'm trying to think of the most petty item I could get. Like I know I shouldn't show I give a crap.
My divorce finalizes on May 1st. My wife just had her baby of the guy she cheated on me with in early February. It definitely hurts. She called me a few days ago asking for my Netflix password, so that made me feel a bit better somehow when I said no.
A guy from my small city in Scotland fled to California and tried to fake his own death. Manhunt underway. He's wanted for 24 counts of rape.
One of my female friends, who looks like a slightly classier version of Courtney Stodden, confessed to me that she enjoys the thought of 2 hot, shirtless men fighting over her. She said she is considering goading her boyfriend into fighting some random dude who keeps slipping into her DMs.
Is her name, by any chance, Tina Belcher? Edith, thank you for the gold, kind stranger.
My mom, who worked 30 years in it after getting laid off from her last job, decided she was done and retired. Well, last week she got a job at a clothing company as a cashier, getting a lot less money than she did in it. This really isn't juicy gossip lol, except that friends and family have been calling me and fishing for details as to why she is re-entering the workforce. Most seem to think she's in some sort of dire financial straits, and I can only imagine the chatter they have among themselves regarding it. Well, gossipy friends and family, no need to worry. My mother is in a great financial situation. She's just gotten bored during her retirement and wants a part-time job to keep her occupied, get her out of the house, and provide for some interaction with other people.
Your mom sounds like a cool person. Hope she enjoys the new job.